It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hello, hey, yes, we are back. It is showtime. Showtime. Geno Jones, showtime. I come to you live Monday through Friday. Now, yes, I know before you say anything, yes, I know there was no live show on Monday, on yesterday. I told everybody last week, programming note, there will be no live show. It was the best of the Geno Jones Show, but I am back live and in living colors about 7:31 now, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. Hello, Chicago. I see you. Stand up. 4:30 p.m. out on the West Coast, California. Proposition Prop 50. Vote yes to redistrict these maps in California so we can fight the fascism and the inhumanity and lean into our common humanity. So you know how we get down on the show. If you don't, welcome. If you are a new viewer, I want to encourage you, if you haven't done it, and tell everybody you know, family, friends, followers, co-workers, church members, sorority, fraternity, brothers and sisters, everybody. Even folks you don't like, just so they can, hate watch. Go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. That is also, you can use basically that information if you want to support the show financially. You can do that, and it is greatly appreciated via Zelle and Cash App. So if you would like to support the show financially, there are a couple ways, like 3 or 4 ways. First of all, you can Zelle your financial support using my email address, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell my name, Geno Jones Show, @ Gmail. You can Cash App, $Dad G Jones, all one word, $, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, lowercase o n e s. No amount is too small or too large. Or you can be a sponsor, like Courtney Johnson. She's the CEO of Kojo LLC.com, Kojo LLC.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, reach out to Courtney. Tell her you were watching the Geno Jones Show and you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Carolinas. Maybe you're moving down from the Midwest or, the East, up the East Coast, as they call it in the South, up north. Maybe the winters, in New England or Boston to New York or Connecticut or Philly or, Chicago, Cleveland, or up in Buffalo. Anyway, that's how you can do that. So let's get the show. I'm excited. So, this is the 5-year anniversary. The Geno Jones Show turned 5 years old, actually, on October 1st. So I've been doing a segment for years now, spotlighting, supporting Black-owned businesses. I was even calling it Support Black-owned Business Day. So we're still doing that, but we're taking it to another level because we've called for the holiday. I've called for the holiday blackout. I did something like this before, and here's the theory. This is why I'm doing this. Since the sentiment, not just the sentiment, but this regime has engaged in anti-blackness economically, politically, socially, in so many ways. And you've had corporations, they follow this lead. We want to get rid of all of our anti-DEI programs, and diversity is bad, and equity and inclusion, which is bullshit, and it's really? So I'm like, I'm fine with it. Yes, come on, Target, you found out the hard way. But yes, all you companies, Walmart, I haven't forgot you either, and there's many I have name checked because I have a guest. So it'll be a full-length monologue on a Wednesday, but my attitude is, okay, fine. Anti-DEI means that you really don't want to be bothered with Black Americans, with Black folks. I'm good with that. So let's go all the way. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, it's like, okay, if you want to do this, it's okay. Let's see if you really want to do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to go all the way with it. So let's anti-DEI everything. How about let's anti-DEI our money, the $2 trillion of Black spending power just here in America alone, not to mention globally, the entire African diaspora, but just let's keep it home right here on the the continental 48, as they say, $2 trillion. And this time of the year, it is the most important time of the year for all these major retailers and CEOs, many that have funded and supported this inhumanity and hatred and people being snatched off the streets and snatched out of their apartments, children zip-tied, nude, sitting outside in the cold, elderly people snatched out of their apartments. So you're good with this. Fine, let's anti-DEI everything. Let's start with our money. All right? Let's take that $2 trillion, take it out of this economy, and bring it home. Because the way to get people's attention, two ways. And the best way, even today is election day, and yes, we have the power, and people are playing all kind of games. I found out this research, New Jersey, New York City and New Jersey, they have elections. They're voting for a new governor in New Jersey. They're voting for a new mayor in New York City. All these polling places that were primarily in neighborhoods that had a heavy concentration of black voters, all these bomb threats were phoned in. Now, why would people do that if your vote didn't matter and if it didn't count? But back to the holiday blackout, the way to get people's attention who have money and power is to dig in their pockets. So the majority of retailers, they depend on this time of year to make a profit. So we're going to reverse engineer that. We're going to remix that. No. We're going to anti-DEI our money along with, we need to do the NBA and the NFL and college football and basketball and entertainment. You've seen that monologue. We'll get into that tomorrow. So, and part of that is, so just say the orange dude can't tell the kids. The orange dude had ICE snatch up Santa Claus and deport him. He won't be able to make it, and because this regime, they literally sent ICE to the North Pole and snatched Santa Claus and Miss Claus, out of their house and deported them to Venezuela somewhere. So he canceled Christmas. In terms of shopping at the retailers. But there are plenty black-owned businesses to support. And on that note, as a matter of fact, that's gonna be my cue to bring on my guest. Tomorrow we'll talk about what happened today, Election Day, and it's full. But my guest coming on today, and as a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna name this segment the Black Holiday Marketplace, because you will see many black-owned businesses come on the show, share their story, origin story personally, and to share the origin story about their business, and you can learn more about it. And so you can support these men and women and support their business. And like I said, we'll anti-DEI our money. And we will build our community, build it out even more. And for those who lean into our common humanity, you are welcome too. You're not excluded. But we have to, this show always centers our community and our culture. We don't exclude people, but we have to center, because there's an attack. There are attacks on every level on our community and our culture, economically, politically, people using the military. So, and we talked a lot about that. So my guest today, honored to have my debut guest in the Black Holiday Marketplace. She's the owner of PineappleCarriageBoutique.com. She is a doctor who initially I didn't realize that till I listened to her voicemail. So I want to give this sister her props because, listen, it ain't easy getting a doctor, getting that doctor title. I don't have one. Trust me, there's somebody going to give me an honorary one, but this sister put in the work, so I want to give her props. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring her on camera right now. I want to welcome her and thank her as my first guest here in the Black Holiday Marketplace. Welcome, Dr. Adrienne Smalls Owen. Hello, doctor. With that beautiful $1 million smile. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So full disclosure, viewers. So my wife, Damaris, was shopping. I think it was at Tanger.
Correct.
So it was, I guess, like a little marketplace. A lot of vendors, almost like kind of like a pop-up shop, like a giant, smaller, shops to one giant kind of pop-up shop, almost like a flea market kind of deal going on. And
Right.
so my wife met two black-owned vendors, and it was Dr. Smalls Owens and a gentleman named Herman that you guys are going to see in a week or two. So welcome, Dr. Smalls Owens. So give us, if you don't mind, give us your origin story in terms of what led you to becoming Dr. Smalls Owens, in terms of where you grew up, and then give us the origin story about your business, Pineapple Carriage Boutique.com. And I love the name. So part of the origin story, tell us how you came up with the name. I'm sure there's some symbolism with the name.
Yeah, so first I'm delighted, and I will say that Dr. Smalls Owens is a lot. So I actually go by Adrian, but if you have to put the title, if you want to recognize it, it's Dr. Adrian.
Well,
And I
thank
am
you.
so pleased to be on this segment tonight. So how it all started? Well, I'm from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, in a
Stand up,
small
Mount
community,
Pleasant. I see you there. Yep. Two
and
four
go even
was two
deeper if we
two four two
29464.
four no 29492 because I lived in Mount Pleasant. I was actually over in Bell Hall for the first 10 years from
Mm-hmm.
'05 to 2015. So
So we're 29464, and I
no, I
rep
got it wrong.
Snowden.
You know what?
Right,
That was
right.
my zip code. I'm thinking about the radio station. You're right. That is Mount Pleasant,
Yeah,
29464. Duh,
six
I could.
four. Yeah, and I rep the Snowden community. It is one of the biggest African American settlement communities in the area. We have a number of others, but I am a Gullah Geechee girl. I am a Gullah Geechee native, born and raised in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and Gullah Geechee is very, very dear to me. I work a lot with the community and with the churches, and so how I got started is I just loved being who I am,
So wait,
and oftentimes
Dr.
being
Adrian, let me just
uh-huh.
stop you because I know you can hit us with it. So one thing I learned because look, I'm very familiar with the Snowden community. It was literally I could walk from Bell Hall to the Snowden community. My daughter had classmates because she went to Bell Hall Elementary, and you had a number of Snowden children, kids who lived in that
Right.
community that went to Bell Hall Elementary School. So,
Hmm.
but uh, I know you can hit us with a little geeky because I can't do it. But I've got some coworkers and one Savannah James, part of our radio station. She's on in the morning, and she can kind of go in and out. I think it's so cool, and 20 years and I haven't been able to nail it, but I'm sure you can kind of revert back and give us a little.
Oh
Your
yeah, code
your
switching
boy,
is the thing.
what
Tell
is?
me what you want me to say.
Yes,
Tell me what you want me to say. What how to know? How to know nothing? Where you going at?
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I see. All right,
I
all
love
right.
it. Oh, I love
We
that
come,
so
we
much.
coming back now, yeah. We coming back now, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and I learned that there was a reason for that. And if you want, you can kind of explain. People don't realize it was a way of our ancestors to communicate without the people that oppressed them knowing what they were saying.
Right, and primarily because coming from the West Indies and parts of Africa,
Yeah.
as slaves, we were really isolated. So we really didn't have the opportunity, not necessarily the opportunity, we weren't permitted to actually conjugate with others. And so our language, mixed in with some of the English language, is kind of like a Creole language, but it was developed and it was birthed out of basically oppression, just like how you said, being segregated and having to find way to communicate, and it just stuck throughout generations. And it's for a long time it was something that was frowned upon. It was called pigeon talk. It was called
Really?
ebonics. Yes, broken
Pigeon talk. I never
English.
heard that phrase. I didn't realize. Wow.
Yes, yes, because a lot of people didn't understand, our language, and it was frowned upon. For there's many of us who, at first, really don't like to talk a lot because people will always say, "I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying," and it kind of discouraged, a lot of people. But then, as we continue to evolve and we embrace ourselves, and we realize, honestly, probably within the last 10 years, has it really been recognized? And as a language and a culture that people really want to explore and learn more about, which brings me into my three core principles. So yes, I am a doctor of strategic leadership, and I do have a website where I do executive coaching and consulting, but it's primarily three core principles that I have, which is be optimistic, embrace your culture, and nurture your gift.
I love
And
it.
embracing my culture is something that I like to advocate for our younger generation because our culture is something that, like I said, for a long period of time, it was frowned upon. And a lot of people, really did not want to conjugate with others because we were made fun of. And going in different places and people don't understand what you're saying, it kind of discouraged, me for a little while from talking. I would speak when necessary. But then I was like, wait a minute. If I go to another country, and this is where I really evolved, I went to another country, studied abroad, they really embraced the differences, they embraced the diversity. And I'm like, if this group of people do not speak with articles, they don't use alphabets, they only use symbols and characters, and they can take the initiative to understand what I'm saying, then why am I actually, in a sense, trying to cover it up? Now, so, after that experience, I was like, no, 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 no. We're going to reroute this whole thing. It is what it is. We do code switch, but I think there's many people that code switch, if they're coming from different cultures or whatever the case may be. But it's important to be optimistic, embrace your culture, and nurture your gift. I feel that when we embrace our culture, then we are more adapt to inviting others to understand us and in return do the same. So that's, where that came from. And I love pineapples, right? So when we talk about the pineapple carriage, pineapple is a symbol of hospitality, right? And the carriage is symbolic of excellence. And so, in my early part of my journey in consulting and coaching and leadership professional development, hospitality and excellence equals success. And what better way to bring that together, faith based myself and with my culture? And so, everything that I've done, even through academics, in my professional career, I have always put me being Gullah Geechee and myself first. I had a period of time where I was able to apply to the White House internship during the Obama administration.
Wow.
And everything, every essay, everything that I do, I put me in there. And one of the reasons why I was selected that was shared with me is because of my culture and me embracing it and talking about it. And then working, in the community and, like I said, in our churches to make sure that we actually are proud of who we are and where we come from. So that's just a little backstory on the be optimistic, embrace your culture, nurture your gift, and how we got into the pineapple carriage
I
setting.
love that. So the
Yeah.
pineapplecarriageboutique.com. So when we go to that site, what will we see? And tell us more about the business itself, and how we can support the business.
Right. So pineapplecarriageboutique.com. That came from, like I said, my personal self. However, my husband and I, we have four children. And one of the things that I feel like in our culture, sometimes we negate to do is really nurturing the gifts that we see, those spoken and unspoken, those observed and those assessed. And so our daughter, our 10-year-old, she is self-taught crocheter. So she crochets, and our 17-year-old Gullah Geechee and sweetgrass basket making is my background. It's my ancestral background. My grandmother taught me, and so my grandmother is now deceased, but I wanted my grand aunt to teach my daughter for the sentimental value.
So now, Dr. Adrian, I'm stopping you
Mhm.
because the viewers who don't know, this is so important, and it's a beautiful part of the culture. Of our culture is African Americans, specifically Gullah, but we're all part of one family. For viewers who are watching either around the country, around the world, explain to them. They may have heard the term sweetgrass baskets. Explain to them, if you don't mind, what the culture and the baskets are and the kind of origin story, because I think it's an undertold story. So any chance I get to have someone who's an expert or knows or actually makes the baskets, any chance I get to platform and highlight that part of our culture, I do it. So if you don't mind, please, educate our viewers and let them know exactly what the culture and the actual
Sure.
baskets are, because they are absolutely beautiful.
Yes. So the sweetgrass baskets were is a gift of sewing technique that was brought from the people that were brought over as slaves from all various places in Africa, and we use grass that is usually grown on the marsh It's called sweetgrass, and it's harvested, and then we use the palm trees, the leaves of the palm trees. We take it off, we lay it out to dry, and we use those strips. We strip those for like the thread to hold the sweetgrass together. The significance is when they were on the plantations, and rice was one of the things that they actually had to prepare or whatever. They would have to have something in order to throw the rice up in the air and let the wind take off, blow away the husk. So they would make these big fanner baskets, these rice fanner baskets that they have the rice in, throw it up, and then the wind blows it away, and then the rice lands back into those baskets. And those became sweetgrass baskets. It's now an art form, but back then it was a necessity. And
Wow.
when my grandmother was making those baskets and she would sell them, she was only getting a quarter for them. Now they are in the Smithsonian. We have a lot of sweetgrass basket makers that are in the downtown area at the Charleston markets. We used to have a corridor where it's down to Highway 17 where they would sell the baskets on the side of the roads, and we still do have a few now, but the majority of them have relocated and gone to different places. But the significance is that those baskets are a part of our culture. It is deeply rooted in our culture. And we have a sweetgrass basket festival every year. I think it's around July, where all the artisans, all of the crafts, sweetgrass basket makers come together in the Mount Pleasant area and showcase all of their work and sell their artwork. I know there's some spots. There's a big one in Hilton Head in Beaufort. There is a very, very, very big event for us, and it's very important. As a matter of fact, my daughter, she actually has won a couple of competitions in the South Carolina for her beta team, and she sells these. This is, if you can see it, that's the artwork
Oh wow.
for,
Yes, there you
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, that's the artwork for we call these the button earrings. And then this is her own little creation. These are the sweetgrass arcs. She calls these the arches.
Wow,
And
now what you just held up, you know what
mhm.
the first thing I thought when I saw them, and they probably have them, if not, then maybe that could be an idea she could turn them into. They almost look like earrings.
Yeah, these are earrings. These
Okay,
are
so I
earrings.
was
Yeah.
okay, I was on to
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
These are earrings.
They
Those
look
are
like
her
it. Yeah,
arc
those are
earrings.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, and then you see a lot. Typically, we have a lot of discs, for people who like the smaller ones.
Okay.
So this is what she sews,
Nice.
right? And so the 10-year-old does the crochets. So these are things that you would be able to find. This is a bandana. These are the things that you would be able to find on the website.
Great.
And also,
My daughter, who's a designer, she's the stylist, the wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show, Allie Jones. She loves to crochet. As a matter of fact, on
right.
her Instagram page, she's made entire uh, like garments. As a matter of fact, for
Mm-hmm.
her senior thesis, this is back in 2024, last year. Her line, they had to create their own clothing line, and along with being, uh, you could probably help me. The term it escapes me, but it was environmentally friendly material. And I know
Oh,
there's a phrase that she uses, uh, basically materials that can be recycled and doesn't harm the
so like
planet.
the eco-friendly,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
eco, yeah, yeah,
There's
the eco,
another
yeah,
word that escapes
yeah.
me,
There's
but
another,
anyway,
yeah.
I saw the crochet and it looks like, but she made like an entire like dresses and skirts and tops, and so she
Yes.
was really busy. Wasn't everybody wanted one of these crochet swimsuits? So she did a whole, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, what you're
yeah.
showing us,
And
yes.
the headbands. This is from the 10-year-old. But how I
Nice.
got into it, so all of our children have sensitive skin, right? And one day they had like 7 or 8 different requests for different products. And so I went to the store and I was like, okay, wait a minute. I have 8 products. This is over $150. And it was very expensive for sensitive skin. So how I fell into the body butters, the lip balms, I went home and I looked at everything because I'm also a nurse, right? So I looked at everything. Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. I looked at
My mom
everything.
is a
I
nurse who's watching us right now, retired nurse in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just compared all of the things that seem to have been giving them, it's like flare-ups with eczema and whatever the case may be. And I just went down the list and I said, I need to just pull out all of the natural ingredients, take out all of the things that are synthetic, and then I just started making the body butters and the body soaps. And I've done it for a little over a year. And I said, okay, they said, well, mommy, this works. We don't want to buy any more of those other things. You need to continue to, make it for us, but you probably want to look into selling it. So I said, okay, well, we'll look into selling it, but I am not going to sell anything that I don't know already works. So we have been our own prototypes, right? And so and so since it works, and then I mean, like some people come by the house because my mother's a seamstress. So we always have people coming, back and forth. And she's like, well, try the body butter. She's doing this, she's doing that, and everybody seemed to like it. So we just went ahead and took it, put it on the website and started selling it. So we have two main fragrances. This one that I have comes in like a 4-ounce bottle.
Okay.
This is the lemon, the original lemon scent.
I love the
And we
smell of
also
lemon.
have,
I absolutely
yes,
love the smell of
yes.
lemons.
And we would not do ourselves any justice if we did not have a pineapple scent, because we do have,
Well, of
pineapple
course.
carriage, right? So we have a travel size, a 2-ounce travel size of
So,
that.
Dr.
Oh, we,
Adrian, how did you
mhm.
create the fragrance in an eco-friendly, and I guess because I have sensitive skin, my mother and my youngest daughter has sensitive skin, so that's important. So, what did you do? How did you create the fragrance without the chemicals that's normally in products that can cause us our skin and just cause us so many problems? Without
So
giving
what
away
I
any
really did is
trade secrets.
right, I really looked at a number of organic essential oils, and
Oh,
I tried
nice.
all of them. I tried the fragrances that I like. Because there's a lot of products out there that say it's organic or it's, all natural, and it's really not. It's synthetic. So like I said, I read a lot of labels and I got many small samples and tested it. Those things that did not work well on our skin, they were discarded. And then, like I said, once I found that the products that actually work well with us, those are the ones that I use. Everything is like vitamin E, moringa oil, jojoba oil, almond oil, everything that is all natural, natural ingredients, organic. And we use shea butter and coconut oil as well, because those things actually blend well and they do not leave like a very oily residue. They go on smooth and they last very a long period of time. So we just basically, I just tested, looked at the land, just looked at, how everything worked and made sure that, like we were using safe dosages, not really dosages, but safe amounts
Hmm.
for the skin, and then testing it and making sure that everything worked well. And it has just been booming. We can't keep pineapple. I mean, a lot of people like the lemon scent, but we can't keep pineapple stocked. So it's doing really, really good. And we also sell soaps as well. We have a goat's milk based soap. It's just pretty.
What
A
is
lot of
it?
people say, well,
You
can we
said
use
goat's
this one?
milk?
Goat's milk,
Okay.
yes. So this one works more good. It's better for like it's like a built-in moisturizer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you don't, yeah, it leaves the skin very smooth, very soft.
What scent does that have?
Anyway, this one has pineapple again. Pineapple. I do
Yes.
have one that is more like a jasmine, more like a floral scent, but we are really loving the pineapple, the lemon, and the jasmine. As we continue to get grow and we'll start testing different scents, and also taking general consensus when we go out and we do pop-ups and people say, hey, do you have this scent? Then we'll take that data, because you always should have research and development. We'll take that data, take those, inquiries, and take in consideration to see what we should what we should introduce newly. And then we also have a lip balm. Now this one is like a strawberry lemon, but we do lip balms as well, made out of beeswax, shea butter, and coconut oil as well. And then we have some vitamin E and some jojobas so that you can keep that moisturizer on your lips.
I love that. All right, so if you don't mind, I got so many questions, but so I want you to go down the list again when we go to the website now. Also, this is like a multi-part question. Do you guys have a brick and mortar location? And if not, do you plan on having one, or are you just going to do everything online?
So we don't have a brick and mortar location. We are strictly online unless you see us broadcast that we're going to have be at a vendor
Pop up.
event or
Okay,
a
gotcha.
pop up or something like that, something of that sort. I am not exactly sure if I want to go into a brick and mortar because like I said, I have to utilize that doctor,
Yeah,
right?
you probably
So
don't need to. Yeah, probably don't need to.
right,
I
right,
like
and
that
I
idea
would
of
prefer,
pop up because, like I said, my wife is
yeah,
the one that she introduced me to you, obviously, and she's really impressed, and she was impressed with you and the brother that we're gonna have on with what you guys had. So, and now you've
yeah.
given me
So
some great gift ideas. I did mess with the
right, right.
retailers. We can go ahead and support Dr. Adrian, and she got some beautiful things. So, if you don't mind, kind of go down the list of everything that we can see and purchase at pineapplecarriageboutique.com.
All right, so you'll be able to see body butters, lip balms, soaps, facial cleansers. I did not show that one, but we do have the facial cleanser that is turmeric and honey. That's really good and it's paired really well. We use all of our products, so you're actually looking at what
Yeah,
it's
your
going to look
skin
like.
looks
This
like, man, like amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And I don't wear makeup. So that's one of the reasons why I like to try to, make sure that my skin is clean. It's really good. I mean, it works either way. So if you wear makeup and if you don't wear makeup, you should have a natural glow as
But
well
that's saying a
underneath.
lot. Now, you just said you don't wear makeup. Now, if I didn't know, I would think that you had, because it looks smooth. And man, so you are a great, you are a great brand ambassador for your own brand. Because
Right,
really,
right,
the skin
right.
looks amazing. So that, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. But you can find the body butters, you can find the sweetgrass earrings, the crochet headbands, and the crochet bandanas. You can find the soaps, the lip balm, and you can also find some other items that are Gullah Geechee. I have some Gullah Geechee like stationery journals that I designed, some clothing and apparel that's on the online as well, and you have access to that. But the hand made. It's all handmade. The body butters, the lip balms, the sweetgrass earrings, and the crochet and the soap. Those are all handmade by myself or my daughters. For more of the sewing type things. And that's you can find it all online. And as a matter of fact, just for tonight, I set up some discounts. So starting
Oh,
tomorrow, anyone who goes on the website, they can get 10% off of their total purchase if they use the discount code carriage 10. It wouldn't start till tomorrow, but
I
it's
love
called
it.
Carriage 10. You put that
Thank
in and you'll be able to get 10% off.
Thank you, Dr. Adrian. I love that. Oh, now the can people purchase the sweet grass baskets on your site also?
So they can purchase earrings.
Okay.
We're not
You're not doing the
running into the
baskets. Okay,
baskets.
just
Yeah, yeah. The baskets are like a large haul,
yeah.
but they can inquire about doing custom orders for the
Oh,
baskets.
really? Oh, great.
And they can
Okay.
also,
All right.
yeah, and you can also inquire about if there's not a certain earring style that they see, they can email us and put in a inquiry for a custom order for the earrings as well as the crochet.
So is it primarily earrings, any other kind of form of jewelry, quote unquote, along outside the earrings?
Earrings and bracelets.
Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Right. So
All right.
you can inquire about the custom bracelets, but the earrings that we showed tonight, which are the discs, the arcs, we have the small and a large arc, and then we have the buttons, and then like I said, the discs. There are three sizes. This one is the medium. There's a smaller one, and then there's also a larger one that you can
I
order.
love those. I know some folks that'll love those too. So you give me some great gift ideas. So I can practice what I preach. So the retailers, y'all can kick rocks. Here we go, right here, and some great examples of some in terms of just aesthetics, gifts that look beautiful, but gifts that are beautiful for our bodies and our skin. So you can get the earrings and the whole, maybe let them customize you one of the baskets and get the body oils and everything. So man, Dr.
Right.
Adrian,
Right.
thank you so much. Shout out to your daughters and your husband and you say your mom. It's just beautiful to see how the family's working together. One of my main mantras is that uh, in related to this whole anti-DEI movement and sentiment. Look, we're good. And it's clear now, should be very clear, that we are all we got. But the truth
Right.
is, we are all we need. And we got everything we need. We're good.
We do.
We
We
self-contained.
do.
We can do. We come together. The classic scene out of the movie Soul Food. I'm sure you remember because I think I don't know any
Yes.
black people who who were living and didn't see Soul Food if they were born when it came out. Seen it like it on rerun. Big Mama. She was like the matriarch of the family, and she was having a
Mm-hmm.
conversation because I guess they were all bickering and fighting. She said, "Listen, when your hand is like that, you don't have any power. You hurt your fingers." She said, "But when you bring
Mm-hmm.
those fingers together and form a fist,
Together.
you got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
power." And she was just talking about what happens when we come together. This overused word unity it's a verb. Whatever the dictionary says, unity is a verb. It's an action word like love. Unity
Yes.
should be seen. It should be action. And what you and your family are doing, you are the embodiment of of unity. Look, we all got these skills. We're gonna come together and do this thing. And I just think it is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving my viewers that 10% discount starting tomorrow.
Right.
Pineapple Carriage,
Boutique.
CARRIAGE, boutique, BOUTIQUE.com. I know it.
Correct.
Everybody didn't get 100 on spelling, so I just tried that. And pineapple is PINEA, like pine. Really, it's get hooked on phonics. Pine apple. And you
Right.
just put those two together. So if there's anything else that we didn't cover or something that just came to your mind, once again, feel free to give everybody the website, all your social media platforms. If you have a YouTube channel, anything else that's in your universe in terms of commerce and your own retail. Like I said, the reason I created this segment is to give business owners like yourself a platform to let the public know. So if this is the only holiday shopping we doing here, all right, we pulling this money out of the economy and we gonna keep it home. So once again, let everybody know your social media platforms and give them the website information and anything else that you forgot, anything else that you guys are selling. You've got the floor.
All right. So my social media handle for Facebook, you can find us by logging into the Pineapple Carriage. That's our Pineapple Carriage website. You can check me out, Adrian Smalls Owens on Facebook, ADRIANE Smalls SMALLS -OWENS. And on Instagram, IG, I am Miss Adrian, MRSADRIANE. The most important thing is I want you guys to remember to be optimistic, embrace your culture, and nurture your gift. If you're looking for coaching and consulting, you could just go to thepineapplecarriage.com and you will see my face. And if we want to do that shopping that we're talking about, holiday and getting ready for the holidays and stocking stuffers, go to thepineapplecarriageboutique.com and you will be able to find our products there.
All right, so listen, Dr. Adrian, I'm producing my show in real time on camera. I want you to come back on relatively soon and promote your consulting business. Is it, you said, as a life coach, and what is it basically?
Leadership and professional
Leadership.
development.
Yes, that's what. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, help me get me right. Get it right. Get it right, Gina.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I would love for you to come back and to focus
Absolutely.
on that, and because we need that. And as a matter of fact, we'll talk off camera tonight or tomorrow. I really want to bring you back very soon because nearly 400,000 black women have lost their jobs for no fault of their own, just basically for some BS reasons. I'm not going too hard. You've seen all my episodes because you're on, so I'm trying to, but I gotta be me. But just bullshit reasons. It is so, and a lot of it is just rooted in not just the racism, but the misogyny and sexism on top of it. So
Right.
I think it's really important that we share information and knowledge and strategy and wisdom because, like I said, we are all we got, but we are
Right.
all we need, and we got everything we need. So we have experts
Mm-hmm.
like yourself that can come on and all these skills, and everything, all the education and hard work and skills that went into you having that title, and to be able to consult and to basically work with people professionally in terms of giving and developing and creating a blueprint to improve
Right.
their leadership skills, we can bring this right home. And
Absolutely.
so we can all have more leadership skills because we are all, whether we realize it or not, we are the leaders. It's not the folks in DC because those people actually work for us. We are the leaders. The,
Right.
the only people that's going to save us, the only person that can save you or me is we have to save ourselves. And we really got the power. We got the economic power. We've got the power socially, economically, and politically. We got it if we just realize it and don't let people punk us out of our power and distract us with nonsense and tell us that our vote doesn't count. If your vote didn't count, why would forces call polling locations all throughout New York City and New Jersey that would primarily service black voters? Why would those, and it's, I'm sorry, Dr. Adrian, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just find it curious because I did the research today because you've got a mayor's election in New York City and a governor's race in New Jersey. So apparently there were a significant number of polling places primarily supported or in either primarily African American neighborhoods or polling places to where the voters in those traditionally or historically were black Americans in New York City and in New Jersey. Those were the polling places that all got bomb threats this morning.
Wow.
So I don't know. I could be wrong. You've got the doctor for you, so maybe you could. But it just don't seem that was just kind of accident. So the point I'm trying to make is that if we didn't have the power, things like this would not be happening. People would make it easier to vote if voting didn't matter.
Right. Right. So you said one of the key things, strategy. And that's one of the things that I really focus on. So in my doctoral, in my career, I work on creating organizational structure and culture in organizations, right? If something's broken, we figure out what it is, we fix it. That's my background. But it all boils down to thought, perspective, and strategic thinking. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack, when we get onto that sector, but it's also how we think about it. There was a time where we could be, we were suppressed, you know, but the psychological piece of oppression and really knowing your power is how you unlock those things that seem as though they aren't. And when we have a different way of thinking and we see things from a different perspective and we channel into those thoughts, you said a word I'd like to use as well, the blueprint. If we understand those things, the strategy and the blueprint, and then the implementation process for that blueprint without actually giving away the blueprint, then we
Ooh,
actually,
you
yeah,
wait a minute. Boy, game recognized game, Doctor. You just said,
yeah,
and a lot of folks may not have got it, but what I think the last thing you said is as important as the first things you said. To have the strategy and game plan and the blueprint, but to not give it away.
give it away. Yep.
Oh, I can't wait to have you back. I can't. And you see, I'm amped. I feel like a kid at Christmas. I'm like, oh, we about to really unpack some real knowledge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, listen, thank you. I want to invite you back on in a couple of weeks. I want to have you back on before Thanksgiving.
Sure.
No specific, but it's just I want to, because if I could, I would bring you back next week, but I want to be greedy. I want make sure you all go to Pineapple Carriage Boutique, and it's pineapple. It's not the pineapple. It's pineapplecarriageboutique.com, correct?
Pineapple Carriage Boutique.
Oh, it is the.
Yeah.
So it is a the. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody they get it right. So it's the Pineapple Carriage Boutique.
Carriage Boutique. And there's not many. We're federally registered for that name.
Okay.
So
So
Yeah, if you,
you
yeah,
got the
that name,
trademark on
if
that joint.
yes, we have
Boy,
the
you ain't
trademark
messing
on that.
around.
No, no, no. I told you the strategy, right? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
and you know
You got
what?
a strategy.
I'm glad that you shared that. And when you come back and you talk about the leadership and the blueprint and the strategy, uh, I want you please touch on that because that's so important. That's a part of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is to maintaining our power because a lot of times just little small things like that uh, that we lose out on, and people can steal
Mm-hmm.
things and ideas,
Right,
and that
right.
we are not protected legally. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just a small that name is trademark. So if somebody you bootleggers, y'all can come on if you want to, but you'll get that cease and desist letter.
Real quick. Real
Yes,
quick.
so you can F around and find out if you want to. But yes, I'm sure that legal whoever's representing you will get that letter. You'll get that letter the first time. Next thing it'll be a subpoena, so don't play around.
Right, right.
I love it. So I absolutely want to have you come back on in 2 weeks, and we'll work out a day. I'll call you. But I've so enjoyed this conversation. The pineapplecarriageboutique.com. Please, if you miss any of this episode, go back and watch it. Dr. Adrian, you'll have a copy of it. So let's make it go viral, and let's overwhelm this sister. Give her so many orders. She'll have to subcontract some seamsters and everybody else. You're
Right.
like, man, Geno, I gotta hire some folks. I got all these orders. That would be a good. So my grandmother had one of her many pearls of wisdom. She would say, Jeannie, speak it into existence. Name it and claim
Right.
it. Speak it into
Right.
existence.
Right.
So we're gonna
Right.
name and claim that and speak that into existence. That is John Lewis, rest in power, used to say that would be good trouble.
Right. Right. Good trouble. Good trouble.
Good deal. Thank you so much, Dr. Adrian Smalls Owens.
Well, thank you for
Please go to her
having me.
website. Uh, you said Facebook, Instagram, any TikTok, any other platforms?
No, not on those. No, I'm not on TikTok.
Okay. Well, you don't
Just
have time because you're
Facebook
busy
and Instagram.
making these wonderful products. Thank,
Right. Right.
thank you again so much for your time. As you
Thank
can tell, I've
you.
really enjoyed this conversation, and we'll be back, guys, in a couple weeks. Dr. Adrian will be back on to talk about her business in terms of leadership and strategy and everything, and we'll get
Absolutely.
to have that unpack that conversation because that is so important that
Hmm.
we do that. Like you said, strategy is really key, and a blueprint. And like you said, make be careful who you share. So it
Right.
ain't. There'll be some things that she will say on camera, and some things she won't say on camera, but she'll tell you how you can get the information.
Right. Right.
Thank, thank you again, Dr. Adrian.
All
Thank
right.
your family for letting me take you away for probably 45 minutes, close to an hour. But it's been a great conversation, and I'm really
Time well
excited.
spent.
To have you as part of the Geno Jones Show family. So you have a permanent home on this platform. Anything
Thank
that you
you.
want to share in terms of your business, or just as your consulting a business, is there a formal name for your consulting business? If somebody's watching
The
that's curious, they would
the
like to.
pineapple carriage. So you can look that up.
Oh,
You'll
that's
get the
all part of
pineapple
it.
carriage.
It's like
Yep,
one-stop
the
shopping.
that was the birth. The pineapple carriage was the birth, and
Wow.
then the pineapple carriage boutique that came from the pineapple carriage.
I love it.
Yep.
Sister's bad, y'all. I'm gonna just drop the mic on that. Thank you, Dr. Adrian. We'll see you in a couple of
Thank
weeks.
you. All
Kudos,
right.
and make sure you guys go to her site tomorrow. 10% discount. And what is it?
10% carriage TV. Carriage 10.
Carriage 10. Because don't type in my name. Carriage 10. Well, good. I was watching
Carriage
Geno.
10.
I typed Geno. No.
No, carriage
Yeah,
10.
maybe next time she can use the code can be, Geno. It's a Geno Jones show. So Carriage 10, y'all got that. Thank you,
Carriage
Dr.
10.
Adrian. Be blessed. And we'll see you in a
All right.
couple of
Thank
weeks.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Oh man, that was a great conversation. I'm so excited. Shout out to Damaris. Thank you. Man, I'm glad she ran into Dr. Adrian, and there's another gentleman that's going to be coming on pretty soon. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and you especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe. I only need about 50 new subscribers to become a YouTube partner. Great. That means YouTube will monetize this channel and my media company. All right. So just go to YouTube, type in Geno Jones Show. Brought to you by KojoLLC.com. Courtney Johnson. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, you can go to KojoLLC.com, KojoLLC.com, or you can call Courtney, tell her you were watching the Geno Jones Show and you want to buy or sell a home somewhere in the Carolinas. All right, 843-543-4022, 843-543-4022. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Happy birthday, baby girl. Had a birthday on Sunday. Check out Allie Jones and her Lexi Jones collection out. Fashion designer, future superstar fashion designer, supermodel. She did that. DJ, just multi-talented. So you can check Allie and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, on IG, lx.ncl_. LX.NCL. That's LX.NCL_. And Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out. He's the CEO of Designer Cuts. Kel be cutting up on Instagram. KELBECUTTINUP. Thank you for watching, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, including my number one fan, my mother. Thank you, Mary Dixon, a.k.a. Mother. And I'll talk to you later. Everybody, we'll see you. I'll see you live Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. If you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch it. Please financially support the show financially. It's so important that we support Black-owned media financially so we can not just maintain platforms like mine and all the other Black-owned platforms, but we can thrive and grow and create opportunity for others, including jobs for others. So you can support the show financially via Zelle or Cash App. No amount is too small or too large, so you can Zelle your financial support. Now, you can also be a sponsor like Courtney Johnson and Kojo LLC. So you can Zelle your support, use my email address, the same email address if you'd like to be a sponsor or advertise on the channel, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell it, Geno Jones Show @gmail.com. Or you can use Cash App to support the show financially, financial gift, love offering, whatever you want to call it. So you can Cash App the show and support it financially. $ Dad G Jones, $ capital D, lowercase a, D, capital G, J, lowercase ONES, $ Dad G Jones. We'll see you live Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this episode, great conversation with Dr. Adrian Smalls on, or Dr. Adrian. Go back and binge watch this and all my episodes, and tell everybody to subscribe to the channel and support the show financially right now. We'll see you Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.